Christ compels you. Christ compels you. Christ compels you. Christ compels you.
Next up, from Earth 217, those bastards, Chase and Shep.
Hey,
thank you. Too. Oh wait, I
From
forgot.
Earth 217.
That it'll keep going. If you don't,
we almost had it. Damn it.
We almost had it. Hey, we tried something. I saw there's like nobody really viewing, so I was like, you know what? I'm going for it. I'm just gonna hit it in.
It happens. It happens. Always experimenting. Always vibing over here.
Playing with some AI generators on a Monday. Always fun to use the AI to your advantage.
Always fun. We just descended Mashed Potato Mountain to come back and do the show this week.
For sure, man. How was your holiday?
It was pretty good. I don't think we really talked since.
No, I noticed that today when I sent you that snap. I was like, "Damn, it's been like 4 days since we said what's up." So
yeah,
you had a good one.
We just vibed out, and did our holiday thing. Yeah, man, it was pretty good. Pretty laid back. My birthday was the day before. Also, very laid back day. Just kick it, just chill.
Bro, that's one thing I realized at my Thanksgivings this year was there was no mashed potatoes.
Oh, how does that even happen? How, of all the things,
we had all kinds of other potatoes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I guess that's how that happens.
Yeah, and I guess it's just like when it came to us, like when we were thinking of stuff to cook, I was just like, not mashed potatoes. I mean, they already got cheesy potatoes. We got sweet potatoes. Like, how many potatoes is too many potatoes? And then someone made the comment, like, well, no one made mashed potatoes. It's like, it's too much starch, man.
It happens, though. I definitely could probably use some more veggies in my Thanksgiving meal because it was a lot of starch.
I'd like to say, for my families, I came correct.
Yes.
Yeah, because we all brought let's see. We brought like Jello cake. The girlfriend made some Jello cake with fresh strawberries up on it. Very nice, great cake. I made a cheesecake. Very nice. You know, got to do that. We decided like we should do some meatballs in the crock pot because that's always a clutch to have at any sort of gathering. And then I took it a step further and made the weenies with the wrapped bacon and brown sugar on them.
Oh, there you go.
Decided to bring those to the Thanksgiving. So we came to throw down when we went.
Clearly. Yeah. My goodness. We just whipped up pistachio salad before we walked out the door. Yeah, no, it was good. We ate a lot of food. My stomach's been hurting ever since, you know, just eating leftovers all week.
I got some turkey in the fridge right now.
I polished off the old turkey, moved on to the ham. But one thing, and the thing is, I shouldn't have been surprised by this because this is never the case. But everybody I know last week was talking about like the stuffing waffles and stuff, like things to make out of your leftovers. we never have stuffing. So that's why I was like, I don't know why I was so like, oh man, there's no stuffing. There's never stuffing at my family's Thanksgiving. So I don't know why I was like thrown by that. But
We didn't have no ham at mine, and I think I'd like to say it's because my family listened to my song and heard the lyric where I like save it for Christmas, man. But that ain't the case. Just nobody cooked one, you know.
yeah.
Ham's
Yeah.
pretty good though. I miss a ham. I'll have to have
It
one
was-
for Christmas. Get a Christmas ham going.
Yeah, man. Other than that, I really don't have a whole lot to report on with Thanksgiving.
Well, I mean,
it was
you
very
know,
chill.
Here in the villa, we go from Thanksgiving right to Christmas. We had a
Right.
little Hallmark Christmas lighting ceremony. Is the same day my family did the Thanksgiving. So we went to that too. That was nice. You know, they had a little bake sale. That was nice. The kids got a ride on this little fucking little train.
train.
Yeah, toot toot. And I was like, all right, they were hype on it. And then there's a reindeer down there. You can meet a reindeer, and then old Santa Claus came rolling down on a fucking fire truck and shit. You know, like, oh, I was like, all right now. And they lit up the tree. It was beautiful. It's everything we imagined.
I went ahead and made the Christmas plunge yesterday.
Yeah.
We cozied up and watched the Santa Claus. So pulled the trigger, first Christmas movie of the season.
What a good movie. What a good movie.
It is a good one.
Scott
It's a good
Calvin.
one. Was never one of my go-tos as a kid. But
It's good. It's good.
I have to say that is one thing I do find very interesting the older I get is what Christmas movies are like more people's Christmas movies than others. Because like there are Christmas movies like the Santa Claus that I'm like, yes, this is a Christmas movie, and I might watch this around Christmas, but I'm not like, oh man, it's Christmas. I gotta watch the Santa Claus. But for some people, that is their movie that they gotta watch, you know? And like for me, it's like Elf and the Grinch are like, that's Christmas. Like I those two movies are gonna be like some must watches like for the season. But yeah, I've heard some interesting ones over the years. I remember being with somebody once who theirs was Home Alone. I'm like, I'd never think to go Home Alone, you know. But everybody's got them different.
Home Alone's a good one. As we've stated before, apparently Harry Potter is a big one that people go for.
Yeah,
I know they've
Yeah.
been doing marathons crazy on TV for Harry Potter since Thanksgiving. So I feel like the media is the ones pushing it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm itching to do the 25 Slays personally, even if it's not publicly here on the channel, just on a personal level.
I've thought about it. I thought about doing it and then being like, we'll just use the Monday show to be like, all right, so this was my favorite
Right.
Slay of the week.
This is what I watched this week. Yeah, to keep it simple, but also keep the spooky holiday season spirit alive. Because there's a ton of them that I wanted to check out that have definitely come out over these past few years. Like I got all my Christmas movies. I pulled them all down off the old collection, have them sitting out. And my stack of Christmas movies is such a blend because it's like right next to Polar Express, you have like Silent Night, like, you know, and then just shit like that where, you know, Krampus right next to How the Grinch Stole Christmas and just shit like that. It's like Child's Play. Belle saw that. She goes, what's Child's Play doing? The Child's Play is not a Christmas movie. I'm like, it's the remake. And yes, it is. So
That's where they grind. That's a good one. I want to get into it too, man. Yeah, I was thinking that the other day too. Like, damn, that'd be nice to get back into a Slayathon that I haven't done in quite a while.
it's so funny because, you know, as we were watching the Santa Claus and stuff, I'm thinking, you know, this is what people do to like hype themselves up for the holidays and stuff. And I'm like, genuinely, what gets me so hyped for Christmas now is these like holiday horror movies that I'm just like, let's go. The whole new, it is fresh, even coming off of, you know, October. It's like the seasonal horror movies just hit a little different. They're
They
a little
do.
more magical.
They are. The ending's a little happier
Just a
because it's
little
like
happier.
not only is it
Depending on
Christmas
what
and you
you watch.
survived, But you survived that bullshit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. One movie comes to mind that does not have a happy ending is The Lodge. That there's no happy Christmas spirit to be found. It takes place on Christmas, but it's a depressing one. Not the feel good holiday movie of the year. That's for sure.
I'm ready to get into it. You know, Thanksgiving was dope. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Had a great weekend. Uh, but yeah, we're you know we're in the final days of November. I think we only got like shoosh 3 days left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Friday's December, so it's time to
That's crazy.
you know open those little calendars up and see what little sleighs are inside for you. But yeah, no, it is crazy, bro. Like November's kind of breezed on by.
It really did, especially after October, where I just like felt every single day of October, which wasn't necessarily a bad thing. I felt like I really got to live the most of my October. But yeah,
Yeah,
November, after the fallout of October, November just fucking zipped past. Yeah,
it has, but that means we only got like what 5 more Mondays, and then we've done the entire year of Mondays.
so I believe so.
So that's pretty rad. You can't be mad at that, dude.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, a week from this Thursday, I think, is 3 years of Chase and Shep. 3 years.
3 years.
Which, of course, we can save that for next week. Get more into that next week. But it is
3
an
years. Wow.
accomplishment. It's crazy.
It is, yeah.
Crazy. And what a year 3 has been. I will say that. But like I said, that's next week's topic. So, let's not spoil the Christmas kids just yet.
That's true. That's true. Because it has been cool, and it will be good an accomplishment to go every Monday through the whole year and hit that year mark and be like, all right. Because sometimes it is like that. I like to search like month and year, see what we were doing, and sometimes you can't find something, and it's like, dang.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you. YouTube user. Thank you. It's weird it doesn't like to tell us sometimes who you are.
No,
but
we know who you are. We know in here.
We know in here. Up in here. I got this baller Exorcist hoodie on right now.
I know I saw it the other day. I know I saw it in person the other day, I should say.
Yeah. Walmart, man, they be having the stuff.
What about the old holiday shopping? You indulge in any Black Friday deals this year?
I got some things on the way, but like, yeah, a little bit, I guess, a little bit. They get me in on some. I looked a lot. Let's put it that way. I almost got a few things, but I was just like last minute. I was like, you know what? No, like I got a pair of sweatpants. So I don't know if that counts.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Were they on sale? Was it a Black Friday deal? Then it counts.
It was. They were. Hey, thank you, Gilla.
Thank you.
Next week, like we said.
Next week, full swing celebration.
But yeah, like it was. I feel like I got a few things in the mail. Yeah, I did. No, yeah. I can say I did because a musician I like. I don't know if he really did it for Black Friday, but he put like all of his T-shirts for like $6. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna get a few of them.
So what's up?
So
yeah, I didn't do anything. Love Gella. We all do here at Chase and Shep.
Yeah, it's a fact.
She's the best.
Is the best.
Tune in next week to hear about how we couldn't have made it 3 years without her. Amongst other people as well. But
amongst many others.
Yeah, I didn't indulge this year in the old Black Friday shopping. brokey smoky to begin with. But I went and looked, and it hurt my heart to see that there were no they didn't even put out like DVDs and stuff at Walmart this year. They said no, we're not doing it. We're not doing
Yeah,
it.
I did.
And
I looked for those too. Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay.
that hurt. They're definitely still trying to snuff out the physical media fire, which in and of itself is just like so crazy to me right now, because I keep seeing all these articles about like is physical media or like Blu-ray and DVD having like a moment right now like vinyl and cassette tapes are, and it's like you didn't even let it die first before you start writing these articles about how it's making a comeback. Like it didn't even leave yet. Like, you know, it's on its way out the door, as people put it, but it's just like at this same moment in time when certain studios are trying to like push out physical media, it's like becoming a hot commodity for people because fuck streaming. It's just so frustrating to, you know, have things just disappear like that and you can never watch them again. And you know, when you own something, you own something. If I physically have it here, you know, I'm able to watch it. No studio, unless they come to my house and remove it from my shelf, throw it in an incinerator. You know, who knows? The Mouse House, they might come take my whole
I think
Disney collection.
Christopher Nolan just said something like that, I think.
Yeah, I saw something about he was, and then Guillermo del Toro posted some tweet comparing physical media to like Fahrenheit 451 with books. It's like it's up to you, physical media collectors. I'm like, okay, Del Toro, I got you. I'm gonna go out and buy Pacific Rim tonight. I got you. Or Hellboy.
I'm not gonna take it that far, but I'm
probably not Pacific Rim.
We try to rewind.
Please rewind. Please try. Please try.
But I feel that. I mean, like you said, it's sad. You know, like I said, I looked around and it's like there were no deals that weren't deals before the day of deals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like PlayStations were still $4.99, and it's like, okay, so there's no deals there. You know, they still are right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like nothing's changed. So
yeah, I mean, you can't hate on it completely. You know, like, you know, on Thanksgiving as we were driving past Walmart and it's empty, nobody's there. It's like, you know what? Good. It shouldn't be open. Everybody should be at home with their families. It shouldn't be so chaotic. So it is one of those things. It's nice to see. You know, just a little positive spin on things. But plus, you know, the deals are there. They're just. It's like they said, fuck Black Friday. What if we just had these deals for like a month and just kept making people think we did it for like a day or so?
Yeah, like I said, there was like a TV that I saw that I was like, yo, I'd take a 43-inch TV for 100 bones. Like, that's a good deal. But like right when the deals went live, you know, I went and looked and it was like sold out. So it was like, all right, cool. You know.
Yeah.
What can you do?
No Black Friday for this guy. Pretty laid back week altogether. Like I said, I told you at the top of the show, you know, Belle's been sick today, and I feel like we've just been kind of hermits today a little bit. You know, she's been getting some rest. I couldn't tell you the last time I just played a video game just like all day, but today I dove into Midnight Suns at the start of the day, and I've just been playing for probably close to 10 hours. I don't know. I've been playing the shit out of that game today. It's been a minute since I've just like gone in on a game like that, but it's a blast. Sometimes you need to. Sometimes you need that time to just shut off, you know.
I vibe with that, bro. I vibe with that. That's pretty dope, man. Like, isn't it a great day? It was cold as fuck out today. I feel like today was our first real like 32 below most of the day temp wise, and it sucked.
Yeah. I walked outside the other day when it was cold and it hit me like a fucking sack of bricks, and I was just like, is this what getting old is? Like, I used to handle the cold much better, but now I'm just like, I don't want to be here when it gets cold. I'd rather be anywhere else. This is awful.
It is. It's terrible, dude.
But I also have a tendency to like walk out the door in like a tank top, you know, like just underneath like a hoodie or something. It's like I gotta be
right. You got to. It's about that time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we got our first little bit of snowfall, little taste of it yesterday.
Yep. Taste the things to come. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
hopefully not. I'm about to. While we're on the subject, I'm about to check the weather right now.
Too bad we don't have a graphic for that. Chase and Shep weather report.
On Chase and Shep weather report, I just see rain, which is a good look.
I suppose, unless that rain freezes. You know.
Chase and Shep exclusive. Exclusive.
Exclusive. I don't even remember what that AI said earlier.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Also, we're spelling
They
exclusive
put a,
wrong,
they
which
put a
we
T
might
in
be.
there somewhere. That's possible too.
I will tell you this. I may have cheated a little bit, but I took our last week conversation and I asked some kids
Okay. Regarding the candy, I'm assuming.
regarding the candy. I said, listen, I said, it's Halloween. Everything's the same. You just don't get candy. And they're like, okay. And I said, now it's Christmas. You know, everything's the same. You still get presents, but you just don't get candy. I was like, now is Christmas still Christmas? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, is Halloween Halloween? And they're like, no. And I'm like, that's why Halloween is the holiday of candy.
But that was
Compared
never
to
the argument. It was just what candy's the best.
that's the
Not what
argument I'm
candy
making.
holds up its holiday on its shoulders.
And I think that that's why, personally, it got me to think that that's why these other holidays go all rambunctious with their
You're
holiday treats because they're trying to take the crown.
like, in conclusion,
But you
my
can't.
final arguments to the for the next like 2 days or so after that, Randy kept talking to some of us about candy. Maybe that's a character we need in something coming up. Old Candy Randy.
Candy Randy, I like that.
Candy Randy. Yeah, man, I don't know. The more I thought about it, the more I let it sink in, the more I'm sticking with Easter. Easter candy is
It's too much marshmallow, bro.
it's not enough, depending on who you ask. Bring back that Pete Pepsi. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Should call him Randy Man the Candy Man.
Randy Man. Randy Man. You say
Yeah.
it 5 times in front of a mirror. He shows up.
It comes at you. The pumpkins are better than the trees. What? What? Oh no. That'd be great. We just came up with an exclusive character
Exclusive.
with
So
you
next
guys.
time you see
tonight.
Randy Man pop up next Halloween, act surprised.
Like that's what they were talking about that one night in November last year. On November 27th.
I would love to see news anchor Shep deliver the weather report.
Got you. I wish we could. I think we've actually talked
why
about
can't we? We got the green screen.
Well,
Adele's
now,
only
but
saying
like I
that 'cause
think
she wants to see you in a tie. They always do. Everybody just wants to get you in your tie and button up. It's a treat.
I could do it.
I
Listen,
feel like
we'll
that's
do
like
it.
all the characters you play are just people with like a tie and a button
I
up shirt.
wonder I wonder if we couldn't like somehow get the background like to be like a live
Weather report.
something.
Yeah. Yes.
Gotcha. It'll happen. I'm sure. I'm
Um,
sure of it. We actually could do that though. If I was at your house, we can set dual cameras up and just have me in front of the green screen. You can just project the map behind me
Absolutely.
and we can get down for you guys. We'll rival WCIA, news station Chase and Shep, 217's finest.
That's right. Give them a
Be
run.
like,
for
if
their
you're
money.
going here, you are fucked, bud.
You are fucked. Don't even worry about it. Bring a shovel. Your car is going to get stuck.
You are fucked, bud. Ice, snow, sleet, everything. You are.
Pack your blanket in the car. Make sure you have all your emergency stuff, and then
I think we
call into
do
work
good.
because you're not going to want to hit the road.
I think we do it. I think we do it right. Because we can already do the little ticker tape, so we could do school news reports. Hey, so and so's closed.
Damn.
You know,
Yeah.
add
Oh,
add it
this
to
just
the list.
in. The school is
Add
closed.
it
If
to
you
the
pull
list.
in the Chase and Shep hotline, we'll update the weather report as we go.
We got you. We'll update the school closings. Hey man, you
We'd
never
become a
know.
hit with kids on snow days though. Like they'd be tuning in. You know, they'd be like, come on, big money, no whammy." That's
Come
how it
on,
was.
Chase. Come on, say my school, Chase. Say my
Come on, come on,
school.
come on. No school
Like,
for
and
anybody.
if you were at Villa Grove, you are fucking going. They said, get the fuck in right now.
Come on down.
We are going. It'd be fun.
You guys should announce the apocalypse.
We could do
Okay,
that.
this is a Chase and Shep exclusive. The apocalypse is happening now. It might be. I don't know. I watched 2012 the other day. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
What I
Let's
was
talk
going
about
to say is, so last week when we were having our candy conversation, Belle had mentioned something about running to the store to check in on the thing. I was thinking, it was like, man, that could be a fun feature for Mondays too. Have correspondence on the streets. It's like, yeah, we got so and so wherever.
I believe you said it correctly. Our news correspondent on the street.
Yeah, our boots on the ground, if you will.
It'd be fun. We have to do one now. We'll have to do something.
Well, obviously this conversation can continue throughout the rest of the year, but like we said at the top of the show, we've almost hit every single Monday this year.
It's true.
Going into next year, we'd love to upgrade a little bit more. I feel like we have every year with Mondays. We've just upped it just a little bit more every year. So what's some cool stuff you think we could be bringing to the table every week? What's something that bring you back, other than you guys that keep coming back? Obviously, if it ain't broke, But
we getting into a big conversation. Maybe more debates, maybe more heated debates.
More heated debates, absolutely.
Like, which holiday has the best food?
That, and the thing is, I got scared last week because that was becoming a heated debate, and I knew it would too. I said it was a hot button topic, and as it went on, I was like, "Man, there are sides here. There are pitchforks being raised." I'm like, my goodness,
I mean, that's a fair question too, though. Like, which holiday has the best food? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, although Thanksgiving has a lot of good stuff, Christmas has a lot of good stuff, 4th of July has a lot of good stuff.
More would you rather questions, quizzes, and debates, man. Love the heated comment section. I do love, personally, as a host of this show, I would love to see more interaction with the audience. I love it. I'd love for people to chime in more. So, and I think that's what I enjoyed about doing these last few weeks is people jumping in and chiming in, kind of playing along with us. So we'll look into that. I think that's a good idea.
Quizzes,
right?
I can take some.
Hit him with a little Sheppy's quiz corner right before the end of the show. It's middle of the show. You know what that means? It's Sheppy's quiz corner. We're gonna have all the bells and whistles come 2024. You give us that month off in January, we'll be back. We'll be back come February, ready to go, upgraded.
Yeah.
Terminator style. I know on my personal wish list, it's definitely probably going to remain on the wish list, is getting some musical guests going. That's still one that I'd love to get going, man. It'd be a fun way to end the shows, I feel like. And I know we've been trying for going on 3 years now of, promoting other artists on the show and stuff. And I feel like we've still only just barely scratched the surface of that. And I mean, hell, if we got to flip that switch and turn this into the Johnny Cash show, then we will. We'll do that.
I'm performed in many moons right
Many
now,
moons.
so
An
I would.
empire cashed.
I would. I would. I'd get some old man vibes going down
Every
for us.
every week. Our musical guests, and we'll just change your name every week. Johnny Cash, Jimmy
Jimmy
Buffett,
Buffett. Got you.
every week.
I got a long, and then we can just play one of our weird outro songs that the AI made us.
Yeah. And this week, it's artificial intelligence. It's AI coming at you.
Coming at you with a song. It's pretty
Fun.
fun though. Some of them are pretty nice. Some of them not so much.
It
Not so
did sound like
much.
a mixed bag from what you were showing me.
Some of them are funny when you get them to cuss. It's fun.
AI, man, is definitely like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like part of, like a big part of me is like, "Ugh." You know, I watch a lot of movies, so I know better than this. But the other part of me is like, man, this is kind of fun. You know,
Yeah,
and it does make life a little easier in some aspects too. There's no denying that.
it's fun to fuck with, but I'd wonder who they're ripping off
Yeah,
in order to make it.
yeah, for sure. Like you know, Bell and I have had a big conversation about like the generative fill feature, like in Premiere and stuff. And it's like on the one hand, I think it's great for like you know people like us who you know have no money going into our production budget. And it's like, well, with that feature, you can create these backgrounds and all this stuff that like we do not have the money to make. But you know, if I was a big old studio making buku bucks, like I'm going to pay somebody to do this. Like I don't want AI to do this. I want the human touch. You know, that's what the money's get you. But like all that shit with the actors strike, and you know, I just think that's insane that like studios would not back down from the AI thing, being like, yeah, no, like what part of that is reasonable? Being like, let us scan you the one time, we'll pay you $50, send you on your way. You know what I mean? Yes, that I think that's also agreeable is people who like make stuff with AI and be like, hey, I made this thing. It's like you didn't though, you know?
I AI'd this thing.
Yes. Now that
Is a better way.
did. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like
It can be a little irritating.
my little Halloween cover was made with AI. I wouldn't be like, yeah, I made that cover. No, motherfucker. I just typed the words in.
Right. Yeah. But that's one of those things, you know, like are you big on Photoshop? Are you a graphic designer sort of thing? Like, you know, are you gonna shell out the money to go pay a graphic designer? It's like, or there's this thing for free that'll whip you up something kind of neat for your cover. It's like, yeah, that's pretty dope. But like I said, on the flip side of that, you know, we would love to have somebody like Gela do our artwork as well. You know, like it's just a matter of like it is a tool, and I feel like it should be used as a tool to like help. But yeah, I don't dig on the people who are like, look at this thing I did. It's like, you didn't do that. You didn't do that. A computer did that.
Yeah. Yeah. I vibe with that. I vibe with that, man, because it's true. They're good in a pinch, but I mean, I wouldn't,
Right.
I wouldn't make a whole comic series off of AI, you know what I mean? Or nothing like that. But fucking around making a page.
Sucks. I'm not a robot. That's a that's almost something a robot might say. I don't know.
That is true.
To keep
And they're
us
very good trained these
confused.
days. They're very good trained these days. They spook me.
Yeah.
Like I said, some of the songs that it was popping off with, it's weird how it can say exactly what you want it to say and sound somewhat coherent, in some of them. Some of them sound weird. Some of them, it's just how you word it. But yeah,
It's
it's
a
weird.
spooky prospect. The fact that we're just like here now, like it's not really science fiction no more. It's in our pockets, you know, it's in our day to day. It's kind of crazy.
It is. And like I said, it's scary. They can take over, like clone me.
AI is
AI is
evil.
evil. You know,
Probably.
maybe be a Johnny Cash song that pops off that I'm like, I didn't make that.
Wait a minute. That's not me.
I didn't make that. But what if it was like my biggest song ever?
Then maybe you made it. I don't know. Well, I am Johnny Cash.
That
uh,
was my voice.
yeah, I don't know. The shit is scary. Uh, yeah, man. What more to say on it that hasn't already been said? It's spooky shit, you know. It's shit like that has freaked me out for a minute. But like I said, people just don't. It's like they just. It's like I know you guys are watching movies. It's like how are you not taking this in? You know, there's always a price. It's true. Life finds a way. That's a different. That's a different warning. But you know, how many fucking movies of that do we need before people stop trying to make dinosaurs? I created this using AI. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I say. I wouldn't front.
I
I
used
use
AI
stuff.
and it came out with
If
this.
you know someone asked me, I'd be like, yeah. If I put little symbols together, I'd be like, I put little symbols together. You know,
I did
somebody had to make
this.
that.
Right. I drew this little smiley face on the sun up here in the corner.
I mean, it's just a fact,
Yeah.
though. A lot of how we make digital media these days, it's like, somebody made something. Whether I'm using a font that's free to use that I'm using for my artwork or whatever, it's like it's
Yeah.
still somebody made that.
Right.
I didn't personally make that. I
Yeah,
arranged it, though.
it's very true. It's very true. Yeah. Big mixed feelings on it. Like uh when Secret Invasion came out earlier this year and like that opening credit sequence hit, I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like I liked the art style to it and stuff. I thought it was like kind of neat. And then as soon as I found out that they used AI to do that, I was just like, see, that's just fucking weird to me. Like I get it. I get the deeper context with like using it for that show specifically about things that aren't human pretending to be human and shit like that. It's like I get it. I get it. It's okay. It's clever, but it's still like weird that you got all this money as a studio and you still used AI to like create this. Like that's just bizarre to me. Especially in a time where, you know, they're getting all this flack for the way they're treating their effects artists and stuff. So that almost feels like a bigger fuck you to be like, well, not only are we treating you like shit, but we also use this AI to do your job. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, oh, sorry, that's a big yawn, but yeah, I agree, dude. I thought that was bogus too. Like when you're that big, that's what I say. When you're struggling to put something out, it's completely different than when you're a multi-billion-dollar company.
If you have to type in a prompt to create and you didn't make it with your hands or birth it from your mind, it's not yours. Strong opinion. I'll take pure art over plastic dreams every time. I agree. I agree.
I fucks
100%.
with that.
100%.
I can fucks with that.
It's kind of like old TJ Moore that frequents the show. He and I had a conversation once about um, screenwriting and how to properly credit, writers and stuff. And it's like, we bounce ideas back and forth all the time. Same with like Phil and I. We bounce a lot of ideas off of each other, but I'm the one who usually goes to write the script. And before that conversation with Tyler, I always just credited both people. I was always just like written by these two people. And he's like, well, technically, it's a story by these two people. And then written by or screenplay by or whatever is the person who wrote the screenplay. I'm like, okay, I get that. But he was saying, because that's one of those things where it's like idea machines are everywhere. Like you can find idea guys, a dime a dozen is what he was saying. And for them to, they need to sit down and actually write it. I was like, okay, I get it. I get it. And I feel like it's kind of that same thing where it's like with an AI, it's like all you got to do is come up with an idea and stick it into the machine and it's going to do the work for you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
yeah. And it's just that you need that human element, I feel like.
I can vibe with that. I mean, like for real. Like, Like that's what I say. You would never, like you don't create it on your own. So to claim, yeah, I made all this. It's like, nah,
Yeah.
we didn't make all that.
No, no. I thought of a sentence. You know.
So I just use it to fuck around and
Yeah.
make funny little video or songs that I listen to now and laugh.
I mean, like I said, playing with that generative fill stuff is like, it was a little mind blowing. I was like, dude, this is pretty fucking cool. You know, the fact that you can just literally highlight an area and be like, hey, I want goats in this. And it's like, all right, bet. It's like, here's goats to scale and everything. And it's like, wow, that's just amazing. You know, I feel like it's great for like set extension kind of stuff. Like I said, for like filmmakers of our caliber, where it's like, you know, we can't afford the wall of visual effects artists that Marvel can, but it's like, you know, shoot green screen, make most of your stuff, and then use that AI to kind of build it out a little bit more. You know, I don't see any harm in that necessarily. But again, that's
Right.
the difference of like using it as a tool rather than using it to create something and then claim it as your own, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It would, it wouldn't be cool. And I think that's always stuck with what we do because we do a lot of practical.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? We try to just create it looking the way it does without using any sort of effects or fillers or anything
Yeah.
like that. So I don't think I would ever use it as like a main focal point in anything I ever did.
Right. And I feel like we're the kind of people that if we did, we would be very intentional about it. Like we'd really bring it to the forefront and be like, "Hey, we made all this shit with AI, and that's the whole point of what we're doing here." You know what I mean? Like I feel
Oh
like that's
yeah.
the kind of shit up our
Well,
alley.
yeah, like we'd be on an AI Earth or something where AI is
Yeah,
taking over, so everything looks all weird because we're using AI to make it look weird, and yeah,
yeah.
I could see that.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, scary.
But yeah, man, AI, fuck it,
Fucking
make it,
AI,
make it.
whatever. Use it. Don't. You know,
Don't.
hate it. Be afraid of it. Love it. Embrace it. Reject
It
it.
can never take the leftovers that are in your fridge, though. Only
That's
you
true.
can do that.
Only you
Only
can do
you,
that. Only you can do that. What does
not the
everybody have? It's everybody's still munching on this many days later.
that is good. Like I said, I got turkey up in there.
Yeah, just
I
polish
think
off.
like 4 meatballs.
I'm down to ham, and I think maybe some rolls are left floating around in there.
Ooh.
I got mashed potatoes and noodles, but I wasn't rocking with them as much this year. They're a little bland to me.
Yeah,
Sorry, Grandma.
man. We made mashed potatoes the other night and somehow fucked it up, dude.
Ooh.
Because like it was very runny. We
Soupy?
try to make
Yeah,
we try to make them from scratch, and it was just like,
man, ain't that a bitch? Especially when you're trying to reverse that process. I don't know, because sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, man. Like I
there's
know one
nothing.
time I did it not too long ago where I made mashed potatoes and fucked it up and just had like a soupy consistency. So there's no saving it. There's no like extra mashed potatoes or anything. So I just started like loading it up with cheese and stuff and just hoping for the best. And it ended up just basically being like a loaded potato soup by the time all was said and done. But hey, I'm gonna consider that a win.
That's what happened. We had chicken and noodles, and that's kind of what happened to us too. We just made it like a chicken noodle soup, basically.
There you go.
It
There you
worked.
go.
Everything worked out in the end. But yeah, man, those I was shocked. I was like, damn. Here we made them from scratch, peeled a bunch of potatoes. So yeah,
We
there ain't no
my
saving
family
that.
had we had our cookie competition. Everybody
Yeah.
brought their cookies. We did not win, but I mean, if we're being honest, we didn't deserve to win because we cheated. So we didn't make the cookies. We outsourced the cookies, um, but we were close to winning. People did like them, which is why we had somebody else make them anyways, because we knew they were good. Um, but yeah, man, those dessert competitions are just not well thought out. Uh, um, because this year they were like, we cracked the code. We're gonna do cookies instead, and like their reasoning was so that we didn't have to eat like so many different desserts or something. Because how we used to do it is like everybody got an ingredient. Everybody pulled an ingredient from a hat, or it was like one ingredient or some shit like that, and like everybody
Right.
had to make something. And mom and them, they were like, this is just too many desserts to eat. And then this year when they're saying that, I'm like, is it not the same thing but with cookies? Like now we just have to eat as many cookies, as we would have like full on desserts. Like I don't think we solved that problem, because by the time I was finished eating my Thanksgiving food, I was like, oh, I'm not trying to judge anything
Eat all this.
with food.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to eat any sort of food. So I'm like miserably like eating. And honestly, I was so miserable, like just so stuffed that like it was hard to vote. It's hard to really focus on which cookie's the best. I'm like, because honestly, right now they all just taste like death. I'm just like, oh, ugh.
Yeah, that's a competition you need to almost have on a separate occasion, like on its own, let it be
That's
its
what I'm
own
saying.
thing.
Like one nibble of each cookie. We tried. We even tried to split them. Little Bell and I, we tried to split the cookies, and it still was just like too much, man. Especially when like my sister made one that was like just so rich. It was like a red velvet cookie with like some cream cheese middle or something like that. And I bit
Yeah.
into that motherfucker and about puked right then and there. I told her, she was standing right next to me, and I'm like, she's like, "What do you think?" I'm like, "Honestly, it makes me want to vomit, but in a good way. Like, I mean that as a good thing." I was like, "The taste of it is just so rich right now, and it's just like not hitting the way it needs to with all the food that's in my stomach." I'm just like, "Oh god." I was just like, "It's good. It's good. It's good. Give me the next one."
Yeah.
I always think of that scene in The Grinch when he's like voting all the stuff. He's the holiday cheermeister. They just keep feeding him and stuff. He's just like giving him the pudding. He's like, no.
Yeah,
Shouldn't be.
yeah. I know what you're
Give me the
saying,
chair
bro.
cheer.
Like
The chair cheer.
that would be a lot because I kept eating desserts, and it was quite a bit. It was
Yeah,
quite a
man.
bit.
Shit
I
racks
don't
up.
know what I'd do if it was like a competition.
I don't know. I'd stop once I found one I liked, and it's like, yeah, this is good. This is the winner. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna keep eating this. Fuck the rest of yous.
fuck the rest of them. I eat till
Fuck the
till the
rest.
best one hits my lips, and then I stop.
I don't know what my favorite dessert from the weekend would have been because
My favorite dessert was definitely some cheesecake that was made by Belle's father, or maybe it was her mother. Either way, it was baller. It was great.
I made a little cheesecake. It was pretty good. Erin, she made a jello cake. It was really good. And then her parents had a key lime pie that was really good. So it's hard to pick one out of all those, but they were all pretty fucking tasty desserts, man.
When old grandma and grandpa showed up, I was helping them carry stuff out of the truck. I was like, "Hey, do you need this empty crock pot in here? Like, what's this?" She's like, "Yeah, that's for the alcohol." I was like, "Oh, I forget we do that now at Thanksgiving, and grandma's always the one that brings it." But this year she made like a sangria in a crock pot, like a warm like cider kind of sangria. It was a hit. It
Interesting.
was a hit, and
Yeah.
it was almost too much of a hit because I was prepared to just keep drinking on that. I was like, it was one of those dangerous drinks. She said there was only one bottle of wine in it. I was like, that's probably for the best because some of us need to drive home after this.
Some sangria. Jello
Jello-
cake is fire.
What is a Jello cake necessarily?
So, like,
What
this is
food
how
is
she
fried?
did it. She made white cake, took it out,
Mhm.
poked holes in it, and then made jello. She made strawberry jello, and then you drizzle that all over it, and it goes and fills the holes. You pop it in the fridge, and then she put whipped cream on it and strawberries. And
Okay,
it was fire. It was very good.
sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
That sounds pretty good.
I enjoyed it. And easy to make, ladies and gentlemen. You can make that any day of the week you really want to, I feel like. As long as you bake a little white cake.
Yeah, true.
So
True. Yeah. I mean, hell, like I said, that's kind of what I learned with Belle when we just started making like stuffing and stuff at home in like the middle of the year. It's like, oh, I can just do this whenever. I can literally have that kind of meal whenever I want. I don't have to wait for the holidays. You go grab a rotisserie chicken, a box of mashed potatoes, and some gravy, stuffing. Treat yourself.
yeah. Literally, it could be the middle of August and you can go get a ham, probably pretty cheap.
Yeah.
And cook it and grab a thing of sweet potatoes and cook them with marshmallows on top and just have a night.
I'd have to say though, to have like a legitimate Christmas in July like celebration where you like eat like you would eat at Christmas, but in July, that sounds fucking miserable. That sounds awful. Because if it's as nice and warm and hot in July, and then you eat like all that kind of shit, it's just like, ooh, that sounds awful. It's like, what are you gonna hit the pool after your feast? I don't think so. You get a cramp.
What if you could do a ham a different way, bud? You could like smoke it outside.
True.
You could
Maybe
use a
a
smoker.
little pineapple on it, a little Hawaiian ham. We'll get
You
a
could
little
do
luau
that.
going. A little Christmas luau.
Little luau in July. The possibilities are endless, bro.
They really are. They really are.
Outright endless. Other than that, I'm gonna watch the Bears tonight. I hope we get a dub. Hasn't been a good year so far. I need my fantasy team to get a win too. Hasn't been a good year. So both those things would be pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
A pretty good start to the week.
Probably gonna go back to playing this game.
Gonna go hop back on the Midnight Suns.
Yes, indeed. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Maybe he won't.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. It's just one of the many mysteries we want to leave you here with today.
I gotta cook some dinner as well. I'm pretty hungry. So I know that's on my agenda.
Well, I guess it's about time for one time for the mind.
Time for the mind. Start shopping for the holidays now, guys. You got like 2 good weeks before everything starts being sold out in stores because we're going to be really close to Christmas. So might as well just start now. Buy the little things, buy the big things.
It's true.
Buy the things in between. It's time.
Absolutely.
It's time to get jolly.
It is time to get jolly. Get out there, get in the Christmas spirit. And let us, I'm genuinely curious. Let us know what worked for you all these Mondays. Let us know what you want to see in the Mondays coming up, next year. What are some upgrades you want to see to the Monday show? Do you want more Mondays on the move? If so, where do you want us to go? Just drop us some lines, drop us some ideas. To the moon. Maybe.
Chili
for Home Alone 2. There you go. Getting in the spirit. That's what we're saying. Chili sounds fantastic. We're coming over for dinner. Home Alone 2. Dude, there's like 1 billion of those movies now, by the way. I was looking on Disney Plus. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, there's like 6 or 7.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I stopped after 2.
I did too.
I think I'll keep with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'll be cosplaying the Grinch at Skateland in Springfield. I bet that'll be fun.
Shit, that's dope. Yeah, that'll be really cool. I'd like to be the Grinch too.
Just keep being Chase and Shep. We can do that.
I think we can do that. We can do that one.
Unless that's we Eric Andre this thing and we just come back like completely different for next season.
I just play a heel. I'm just like, that fucking sucks.
Yeah. We're just bogus about everything now.
Yeah. Be very like quiet and awkward. What if we just sat here for a few minutes? I did that the other day. Someone I used to work with she works for like a liquor company now, and she was like hitting me up over Facebook, right? And she's asking like, "Yo, they dropped my load there and stuff," and I was like, "Yeah," and she's like, "How big was it?" And I was telling her, and then like it said she was calling me over Facebook, right? And I'm like, "That's weird. I wonder why she's calling me." And then so I try to answer it, but it was like, "Oh, you need access to like the microphone, this and this and this." And I was like, "Oh shit, I guess I've never taken a call over Facebook." So it ended up calling her back FaceTime. So she picked up and was like looking at me, and I was looking at her, and I'm like, "Sup?" And she's just like, "Sup?" And like we both just sat there for like a couple of minutes, just going back like, "Sup, man?" Like, yeah, she's like, "You called me? Will you tell me?" I'm like, "Man, you called me first. What the fuck?" And it's like probably one of them pocket dial things, but it was kind of funny because it took a good minute of us both just looking back at each other, just being like, "So what's up?" Like, "What's up? What you need?" I don't know why it reminded me of that, but
It's okay. I had an awkward encounter with my neighbor the other day. My neighbors, actually, all of my neighbors around us don't speak English, just various different languages here in this building. But this neighbor in question spoke Spanish, and I needed to go down the stairs while he was coming up the stairs. So I kind of like closed the door and like stepped back so he could like walk up. And it's such an awkward encounter. And I didn't mean for it to be. It shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been. But at the last second, he hit me with one of these. I was like, "Oh, okay. Oh, we're doing this. Okay." So fucking go in for that high five. And the thing is, like, everybody's different with it, which I hate. It's like keep it simple. Boom, boom. I'm gonna come back in for the fist bump. I'm gonna slide it out, snap it, come back for the fist bump. People overcomplicate the shit out of that. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you go in thinking it's gonna be a simple situation, and then you never are able to see that person again because it gets so bad. But this is one of those times. He hit me with it like last second. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." I go for it, go for the slide. He wasn't ready for that. He wasn't ready for none of that. So he like awkwardly hits me with the fist bump. He hits me with amigo, like there at the last second. I was like, "Oh, I think que pasa?" At the last second as I'm walking away. I'm like, "Well, this was weird. This is just downright awkward in multiple languages. Just awkward as hell."
good
But
job, man.
hey,
You
it's
made it.
okay. We've seen each other
You made
since then. We
made it
we
through.
we moved back to the head nods. We'll give it a go another time.
That's great.
Maybe
Hey,
next time
one
they're
time for
all.
the mind. Always try the 5. It might be a little extra spicy. You just have to try it again.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Or just keep it simple, people.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. What's it gonna be?
Don't throw that razzle on it,
Don't throw
fellas.
the
Just
razzle dazzle. Just boom, boom,
keep it simple.
fist bump. Is the fist bump too much? Is that what's happening? Is that what like? Is this my fault? I don't know. I thought it was pretty standard procedure, but if you really know them, you bring them in. You bring them in for that, that brotherly hug. But I don't know. Just another one of life's mysteries.
I like the Fresh Prince myself. The psh, slap hands. Psh.
That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna just change it every time. Like no two people will ever get the same in a row.
I feel like that's what I do, and that's where I fuck up. Is people try to remember what I did, and the next time I'll do something completely different and be like, I don't even know, dude.
Or every time I see a person, I'm gonna add something to it every time. Just keep building off of it. So just when they think they've got me figured out, they don't.
Adds one more.
Curveball. They're just gonna go back to the head nod. I'm saying that it's just gonna that awkward white head nod of
Not even a nod like that. Is be hands in pocket. Hands in pocket. Nod.
it's like to this day, Phil still gives me shit about this one time that I waved at some girl or something, and the way that I did it to this day, he has not let it go. But it was like one of these. I did this, and Phil thought that was the funniest shit, and he's just like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Are you trying to catch something?" I'm like, "It's just like a little flirtatious. That's it. That's all. Just, hey." And to this day, he has not let it go. I don't know why I had to like go full like with my hand, but like I was conjuring up some fucking magic words to say.
I love it. love
Tea, fucking just bashful shit.
Sometimes you gotta be.
Yeah, well, with all that, what a magical way to leave off.
We'll leave you guys. We'll leave you with that for a week.
We'll leave you with that awkward shit. Reconcile with that. We'll see you next week as we celebrate our 3 years of Chase and Shep. 3-year celebration going down next week. So hey, play us out, Shep.
Oh, we gotta
It's
get
not
one. We
AI.
gotta get one. We'll
Our-
use the AI, guys. Here it is.
Our artificial intern.
I don't know which one it is. We're gonna play this one, Smooches and Deuces, guys.
Like this is an ending song. Your Monday's gone. Chase and Shep are 2 till the next one's on.
That's it. That's all you get.
Oh, that was it? All right. Hey, have a good one, everybody. Peace.